It's the GMR Podcast, number 20. Our first outdoor podcast. I hope it sounds okay. I'm Marty Catola.
I'm Gene Mutt.
And I'm Ray Daniel. I'm Mark Brady.
I'm Steve-O.
And we're sitting out here on Signal Butt Road in Mesa, Arizona, getting ready to watch Iron Man 3 after Comic-Con.
The Comic-Con that someone pulled a fire alarm or something. Everybody got kicked out of Comic-Con, including the vendors.
Yeah, we had about an hour to go, and suddenly, whoop, whoop.
And then 10,000 freaks
Evacuate.
out. 10 to 30,000 people.
There you go.
10 to 30,000 people poured out into the streets. It was insane.
Yeah, I felt like I was in New York, except it was a lot hotter.
Way hotter.
and people were dressed as anime characters.
And then we got a panicked message from Steve-O. Where are you guys?
Yeah.
3 question marks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Fire Inspector Bill decided to, there's the sidewalks are so jam-packed full of furries and you name it. and
That's funny.
And so there's no place for the mass to be, so people are walking in the street.
Literally,
we're in the street.
Get out of the street.
And he's yelling at us, get out of the street! Not yelling back, refund, refund, refund!
I was wandering through the streets yelling Baba Booey.
Yeah, I was wondering what the... Baba Booey, Baba Booey!
and Marty also yelled out 420 when it was 420.
It was 420.
It was 420, just letting people know what time it was.
Out of respect, I didn't yell Howard Stern's penis. So, thought about it.
Should've.
Well, it was an interesting last day of Comic-Con up till the evacuation period. We saw a bunch of people. We saw Henry, he had a mohawk. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, Michael Rooker.
We saw Michael Rooker, and then we saw Carl from Walking Dead.
Yeah.
We saw Dean Cain.
We saw Dean Cain. We saw
Who's the guy this morning?
Michelle Nichols, Uhura.
Michelle Nichols.
We saw Walter Koenig. It was Chekhov. We
And
saw
then
Bill
the-
Mooney.
The lady from Babylon 5.
Tracy Scoggins. And then you ran into Honky Tonk Man.
Honky Tonk Man, yeah. I shook his hand, talked to him a while. He said he's probably not going to make it next year because whatever reason.
Hey, there's an Andre the Giant sticker on that handicap sign. You see
Wow.
that? The Obey face.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a Banksy, but it's
That guy's from San Francisco.
yeah, it's a street
and
artist.
The club, actually, the place we were at, Lucky Strike, that Gene and I went on Friday night, had 3 autographed, framed copies of the
Oh, really?
early Obeys. 3
Ah.
Under the Giants on the wall, signed by him.
Yeah, those are based on They Live.
Yeah.
And the guy just liked the Andre the Giant face, so.
And Honky Tonk Man said he was going to had to take off because he had to go back up to his house because the plumber was coming.
Our plumber finally came too and fixed that toilet in the room
He lives in
yesterday.
Phoenix.
He lives in Gilbert.
Gilbert.
No way. My dad does a lot of work.
Makes sense why he's always at the cons if he's living in Arizona.
Yeah, he's
I said-
right here, not far to go.
I said, I hope you come to Tucson.
Yeah. I don't think he made it last year's Tucson, huh?
No.
We didn't see
He
him.
was advertised.
He
though,
was
wasn't he?
advertised, yeah.
So who knows? Maybe he has a lot of plumbing problems up there. It's hard to say.
A cool part was Garrett Wang stepping out of
yeah.
the staircase this morning where me and Mark Brady were on the front of the hallway of our door, and he's totally cool with that.
Yeah.
Garrett Wang, who is Ensign Troy? Lieutenant. Was he Lieutenant? It was not Troy. Ooh, Ensign Kim on Voyagers.
Oh.
Ah, yes.
That's how I know him from. I don't know any of his other work.
And then we did the panel for Monster School,
Oh, yeah.
and Marty talked to one of the ladies on the panel. She was on Entourage.
Oh, yeah. She told me, she's in that scene where Johnny Drama's bugging out because he's smoking the Chronic, and she said that they were smoking the Chronic.
Nice.
Funny because I don't remember her taking a hit in the scene. We'll have to watch the episode
And
again.
homeboy saying about Hollywood Nights.
Oh,
Looking at
yeah.
his face, you told him about Hollywood Nights.
He looked very shocked, and then he said that he heard that was Michael Jackson's favorite movie.
Yeah, because Michael Jackson had talked to Robert Wuhl.
Yeah, Robert Wuhl.
Who was the
Also-
detective in the first Batman.
That's right. I was going to say that. You scooped me.
We are at Comic-Con after all.
That's
guys.
right.
Yeah, we're all still pretty jazzed about Comic-Con, even though it ended with a poof.
It did. So this is how Comic-Con ends. Not with a bang, but with a whimper.
With
Mark's right. There's gonna be
please
a,
evacuate. Mean it.
Evacuate.
Evacuate. Exterminate. Exterminate. One of us.
it
One
is
of
gonna
us.
be a hard
One
hit
of
for
us.
him. It's not gonna be good publicity.
That
No.
would be hilarious if they revolted, the fans revolted, and just started saying, one of us, and wouldn't leave.
So hopefully by the live podcast this Saturday, live TV, we should have an answer for you as to what happened at the con.
Well, we'll find out tonight or tomorrow
Yeah.
morning.
Refund.
The honky tonk man clogged the plumbing.
We also saw this new video technology, comic book video
yeah.
technology.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be talking more about
yeah,
that.
we're talking more about that. Maybe throw up a link to that. On
We
our-
ran into Denny from the room again.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
we
gotta-
still didn't say you were in a band called Room and you're in a movie called The Room.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
But if he goes to the
Goes
loft,
to the loft. He's trying to get
I want
a
to take
show at
the
the
Room
loft.
album
so.
and say, hey, sign this.
Did you guys get his card? Business card?
Are you talking about the guy that met
I
in the
signed up
elevator?
on his thing.
No.
So.
No. It's
Yeah,
another guy.
cool.
Oh.
So we
He wants
that
me to
guy-
Facebook him too. So
Yeah, so we networked a little
Viral.
bit.
yeah.
Got some GMR Podcast cards out there. So hopefully, still our power grows.
Yeah, I mean, most of them are still in the trunk, but I gave out the last card right before that alarm went off too. So
Yeah, we
And
made the mistake
good-
of not bringing cards with us
Good
to
thing
the
I didn't
floor.
wait 15 till, otherwise I would not been able to buy anything.
exactly, it all timed out pretty good.
Best deal of all. Tell him, Mark. I bought this really cool steampunk hat and this cool Captain Marvel or Captain America T-shirt, and it's like brand new and all that good stuff. For
There's no video, right?
there's no video.
No, no, I'm
I
saying
think
fine.
he's.
I got them both
I
for
think he's queuing him.
I got
he
them both
couldn't
for
remember how
$5.
much.
I mean,
Right.
the shirt alone's probably $25
At least,
shirt,
at
and the
least.
hat's about a $30 hat, and I got them both, scored them for $5. I
the way
couldn't
to do
believe
it.
it because the guy was packing up and getting ready to leave. Maybe he was the one that set the alarm off. He knew he was leaving.
He's like, if I'm getting screwed, everybody's gonna get screwed.
Like we're done. Hit the
I'm
alarm.
done. Everybody's done.
Who cares if there's an actual emergency? I'm done.
Oh, I was able to grab 27 posters for free.
That's right. See, they say like you've grabbed too many posters, sir. Hit the alarm.
I don't know how many posters I got.
I'm gonna have to count.
Yeah, we'll count them later. We'll give you that count on the Twitter feed next week.
That's right.
So right now we're getting ready to see Iron Man 3
Yeah, in 2D.
in 2D.
Still just
nice.
as good.
I don't like the 3D. I don't think it's that. And I heard this movie was not made. It was retrofitted for 3D.
Oh, okay.
So those are completely useless in my brain. The best 3D movie I ever saw was Resident Evil. The first 3D Resident Evil movie.
No.
It was rain. The rain. When I saw the rain, I was just like, wow, blew my mind.
That was kind of cool seeing the Umbrella Corporation soldier. When me and Marty were walking on the exhibit floor, there was a troop, a platoon of Umbrella Corps soldiers, and they're walking by, and Captain America is walking by them, and all the Umbrella soldiers like, Captain, and Captain America walking by, sir. And like these people don't even know each other, but they're playing the part so well. It's fucking awesome, guys.
That was amusing.
And I found Waldo a couple of times.
Oh, we did, yes.
I tagged him and said, I win.
There's only 100 Zeldas there.
That's true.
I didn't see one Batman. I saw
Oh,
5 Jokers.
I saw at least 5 Batmen.
There was a Joker that looked like Leatherface to me because of the hair.
The one,
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers standing right across the street, yeah.
all right, here's my geek thing. I saw a guy dressed as Trigun. which is anime.
Robert loves that.
That's my favorite, right? That and Cowboy Bebop.
Robert, they had a cherry booth.
Oh yeah, we saw the
one
Ice
in the Bounty Hunter
King
from Clone Wars.
From Adventure Time.
from Adventure Time. We saw the Ice King
Oh yeah, I
from
saw that
Adventure
too.
Time.
It kind of looks like from those old stop motion Christmas specials. That
I know.
character.
That's the best cartoon
Gandalf
ever.
was
Rankin Bass.
there.
I saw Gandalf.
Yeah, big old brute.
Into Saurons.
The guy.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, I
told the other
caught
one he was
Johnny
doppelganger.
Depp, too. I saw Pirates
Oh,
of the
yeah,
Caribbean.
yeah.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
He was straight from Hollywood.
That first one we saw was
Dance theater.
He looked pretty decent.
How many Deadpools did you guys see?
I
this
only
year?
saw one full outfit
did.
I
Deadpool.
saw a female Deadpool.
I saw overweight Deadpool. Did you see him?
I saw a guy who had a Deadpool mask and regular clothes.
I saw a full blown Deadpool, and he came up to me and he's like, "Hey, nice beard, guy." You know, being all sarcastic, and he's like, "Hey, someday I'm gonna get a grandpa beard too."
Maybe like, hey.
That's the kind of
Nice
wise
Deadpool
cracks
say
that
it.
Deadpool would say.
Oh, okay. He
Deadpool's
was
like-
in character.
Yeah,
Deadpool's
he
like,
totally was. And he
Who's
was doing all these
funnier,
weird
me or
kind of moves.
Spider-Man? You know, he's like,
Yeah, I love
that's
Deadpool.
kinda Deadpool.
There's a new Deadpool video game coming out pretty soon.
That's
Oh,
I
and
would
the
like to
Lego
play.
Star Wars exhibit. My God.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Why don't you give him a rundown?
Dude, the Destroyer Lego set built is like this.
Well, explain that to the people who are just imagining how.
like
How big
this
this is.
It's it was at least
big.
a foot and a half
We're on the
long,
radio.
maybe even 2 foot.
He's making.
When you
2.5
buy the box
feet.
of Lego, it doesn't do justice
Doesn't
to
have a
looking
camera
at the
pointed at
picture. You never know, you never realize how big it is until you build it. And I always wanted to see how that big the Destroyer was, the Darth Vader Infiltrator. My God, look.
He's getting goosebumps just thinking about it. What else gave you goosebumps when Michael Rooker walked
Oh, when
out?
I saw Henry, or Michael Rooker, aka Henry.
Portraits.
When I saw him, I showed Marty my hair was standing on there, and I was like,
He was taking pictures of people where they're both flipping off the camera
and
and
it's
shit.
Henry,
He's
portrait
having
of
a
a
good
serial
time.
killer in the fucking flesh.
Henry Lee
Hey, you
Lucas.
guys-
For
He's
those of
also
you-
in
for those of
Mallrats,
you
says
who
the
don't
guy
know
running
what
the
that
game
You guys
show.
made me watch that movie back in the 90s. And I
Yeah.
was just like, what?
We love that.
Well,
movie.
we
Why
saw
am
it in the 80s.
Remember his
Yeah,
his
we did.
assistant
No, we saw it
Moon or
in
whatever?
90.
Saw
Still
it
80s.
once and I said, no, I do not like Henry Ford.
Tried to get into the loft to see it. I was 15. Wouldn't let me in.
Marty.
Tried to go with my mom. Still wouldn't let me in.
When did you guys see Deranged?
Rented it on home video 6 months later. No problems.
wouldn't let you
I
in.
saw Deranged for the first time about 10 years ago. It's on a DVD with Motel Hell.
Yeah, I had the same.
And
exact
Deranged
one.
is another one of those
Ed
Henry Lee
Gein, yeah.
Lucas type Ed Gein stories.
well-
The original is Psycho, of course.
Motel
but
Hell, the guy with the pig mask?
face.
that's about the
Chainsaw.
guy who's he's got the pig head and he's burying the
Oh,
people
yeah.
And they
and
make
making
chili
the
out of
sausages
people, just
out of
like,
them.
Yeah, sausages.
Chainsaw.
just like,
He's
yeah.
cleansing the earth.
Just like Chipotle. I mean,
Rory
Texas Chainsaw
Calhoun.
Massacre.
And Miss Ballbricker from Porky's are in that
They
movie.
say once you have long pig, you never go back.
Yeah.
And Cliff from Cheers is also in Motel Hell the same year he was in Empire Strikes Back. He's part of the heavy metal band that crashes by the road and then gets stuck into the ground and harvested.
Well, he's also in every single Pixar movie.
That movie
He's in The
freaked
Empire
me
Strikes
out.
Back.
Yeah, what was he doing?
Well, yeah,
in Empire?
he's in Toy Story also. He's in the Hoth.
Oh,
he's
I
on
remember
Hoth.
him
Yeah.
exactly.
But
But
He's one of the rebel soldiers.
He was a pilot, right?
He's even got his own action figure
Was he a
now.
pilot?
No, he's just one of those guys that's got the thing here, like the Luke get up.
He's in the hangar.
Yeah, before they're evacuating,
And he's
Yeah.
talking to
like we
Lando.
did today.
Support crew? Yeah.
Everybody to the transports. That's
Those handrails were filthy.
John Ratzenberger.
I came up. How did you get out of there, Steve?
How did I get out of there?
Yeah. What
I was,
exit were you forced to take?
I don't know. I went through the Captain America thing like everybody, and then I went all the way to the right, cut in front of about 1,000 people, and just jumped up the staircase like over the rail.
We went through a stairwell that hadn't been used in 20 years, according to all the dirt on our hands.
They were trying to direct me towards that.
And you're
I
like,
turned
no.
around and went to the other one. Yeah, and I hid out in the
It
bathroom.
was disgusting.
That was horrible.
I mean, my hands aren't always the cleanest, but
Yeah.
It was
geez,
pretty filthy, those
that was
handrails.
just like, I didn't even want to touch anything after
Yeah.
that. Let alone, and Ray's holding his posters in that same hand. Yeah, that's gonna help the podcast.
What is he doing?
I have no idea.
He's
I'm trying to block the sound for
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's working as a human windshield, people. I thought he was going into pose mode.
Yeah, we're just outside.
Strike a pose.
Folks, we got a weekend warrior here. We are in Phoenix.
That's right. We are on the street. Well,
Yeah,
we're in
a
Mesa
kind
now.
of yeah, exactly. We're in Mesa on the weekend, and there is a weekend warrior at
Sitting in front of a Chipotle.
with a lame Honda.
As
usual.
Chipotle and what the hell is that? A Chili's.
Yeah, and chemtrails in the sky.
We got
you say.
chemtrails, and Marty says they're contrails.
I say I've seen it my whole life.
I say they don't last that long.
I say
dude.
they're snail trails.
Well,
They're called contrails.
It's just not windy.
I'm gonna start calling you the McRib.
Oh, I love the ribs.
McPork sandwich.
Mick with rib meat.
McLong pig.
I don't remember
McPork.
that day we were out front of my place and they were just crisscrossing the sky.
Oh yeah, that guy from Crisscross died. We never reported
way.
on that.
Right,
Yeah.
so drugs
Really?
though.
Yep. He was like 34.
And Roger, I didn't even know Roger.
And Roger Ebert, yes.
I didn't.
And Ray
Roger
Manzarek.
Ebert's gone.
Yeah, Roger
he
Ebert a couple
died-
weeks
he died
ago.
a couple-
Yeah.
Siskel and Ebert were great on the Howard Stern. I
Oh,
never
they were
realized
good
how
on there.
funny they were.
Yeah.
You know,
They
I
had
think-
some attitudes.
Did you guys ever see Dave Chappelle on Actors in the Actors Studio with?
Not that I'm aware of.
That sounds
Oh,
good.
that's a good one.
Oh.
Great.
That's where
explaining
the
why
Call
he
Me
left.
Crazy show.
What?
They call me crazy, and I don't like that shit. Dave
is that
Chappelle
where
in the
it
Actors
came from?
Studio.
No.
Yeah.
Ah,
He was in
ah.
Africa,
Yeah.
and they were like,
That's where that
accusing
quote
him.
came
Oh, that
from.
quote, but my show.
Ray's show is 15 years old. That predates the Chappelle
Okay.
show.
Well, maybe Chappelle stole it from him.
Oh, we are the same age as David Chappelle, so.
And I know he's a big fan of Access Tucson.
Well, of course. Who isn't?
And he's
Or
a
as
big
it used
fan
to be known
of-
back then.
TCCC.
I'm
I
getting
call it
dogged by the
TCCC.
Chili's people right now.
I hate
Yeah, they
that-
don't understand what we're doing.
I actually don't
Yeah, I
like the fact
understand.
that I now in my brain think of it as Access Tucson. That bothers me.
Why
Yeah,
is
it's
that?
been that longer than it had its old name
Because
now.
I like TCCC.
That's what they got over the door. It's TCCC.
Mm-hmm. Channel 12.
Yeah.
We'll be there this Saturday, June 1st. So as last time, we'll tweet the number out before the show, and you can call up the podcast.
Live show this Saturday.
Yeah.
It's at 6:30.
Or you can, 6:30, or you can watch on accesstucson.org.
The first.
The end of television.
Remind me then, Marty.
The first Saturday of the
First
month.
Saturday of the month, 6:30.
I'll do the TV show Saturday night, but take me home one soon as the show's down.
All right.
Take
I gotta
me
be at work Sunday
home
morning.
Saturday night. I'm gonna
What
be
time
at work.
you don't work tomorrow?
No working
Hell
tomorrow.
no.
Memorial Day.
Memorial
off.
Day tomorrow.
Nice.
Oh man.
Back to the grind Tuesday.
Back to the slave to the grind. That's okay. I was at Comic.
That guy looks like Daryl from Storage Wars.
It does.
Wow factor.
Daryl and my other brother
Watch that show
Daryl.
too?
Hell yeah.
Daryl and my other brother
I
Daryl.
like
Ah,
Barry. I love Barry.
Larry Darryl.
He is,
Darryl.
that
That's
guy
right.
is funnier than hell.
Yeah. A shout out to
That
Barry
was
from
Billy Bob
Storage
Thornton, by the
Wars.
way.
We like you.
Billy Bob Thornton was on Newhart?
He was one of the brothers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Billy Bob
Did not
Thornton
know
was
that.
like skinny.
Uh-huh.
And,
Didn't have the
one
mustache.
was he?
and before that,
He was one of the
fat.
brothers.
He was one of the
Newhart.
Darryls.
Larry
Ed,
Darryl
my
and
brother
Daryl.
Ed.
Which
He was
Daryl?
brother
Huh?
Ed.
Back in
I
the
don't know
day,
which
James
one.
Gandolfini was
the fat
skinny,
one.
and
No,
Billy
I-
Bob Thornton
I
was
Must
fat.
have been the other one.
Yeah,
About
he
the
don't-
same
he didn't
time,
look like
yeah.
how he looks like now.
Huh.
Now I want to watch that show again because I used to watch that all the time.
And he was on BBT.
'Cause
That was
I
a good episode.
I love Newhart, like the original Newhart.
No, Bob Newhart's show.
That was great shit.
That was great. Then the CBS Newhart was great.
You ever listen to Bob Newhart's comedy act? Like where he used to make make
Swear
phone
he's on the
calls.
phone
Yeah, I
talking to
have those.
somebody.
That
He could
stuff
sell
is
it, man,
classic.
like nobody's business.
And he never.
Well, we saw him on the big.
You ever seen the guy that was always do the "Sarai, Sarai, Sarai, it's okay, Sarai," and he had the little
What's the other
mustache and he
guy's
would do
name?
the
Oh, on a stick.
Senor.
That's
Wences.
And he had the
Senor
box.
Wences.
oh, Senor Wences.
Yeah, my grandpa used to do that for me all the time. He'd be like, "Sarai, Sonny boy, Sarai."
The name of the
Sarai."
farmer, Tom Poston.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love that. He used to. I have a clip of him on the Muppet Show, and he does this little smoking trick, and I was just thinking like, wow. Think of
Smoking
where-
on the Muppets.
Smoking on a children's show. and
Near
he's
puppets that are flammable.
He's still singing, doing the singing part, and he lights up a cigarette, and it's like, and he's like, with the match and everything, you know, and he doesn't stop.
We have Foley effects today.
I was just like, wow, times have changed.
Yeah. Interesting to see how this turns out.
Now we have like kid Nickelodeon shows with
Turkey
blowing stuff up with Andrew WK and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Weird.
That's kind of what those kids from the Star Wars trivia reminded me of.
Wonder why chips are still on top of your car. Or somebody snagged them.
Nobody eats
Well,
chips
find
off
out.
the top of
It's
cars.
it's a social test.
It is.
This is a test.
It's like
I
in
wouldn't
Clerks,
eat 'em.
they leave money on the register because they think people are watching them.
Yeah.
No, they'll leave the correct change. Yeah.
They will do the correct change.
You know what the scariest costume I saw at Comic-Con was? This lady dressed up like a bride, like she was looking for her husband to be.
In the Facebook.
And I'm beginning to think she might grab anybody.
That was not a costume.
Yeah, maybe
That
it
was
was
a
not
cry
a
for
costume.
help.
Remember that bride?
Somebody's
that was
pissed
scary.
off because somebody wanted their wedding at Comic-Con. She's like, fuck.
Yeah, this was not a costume. I have been stood up.
I saw a lot of girls sitting down crying because they had lost all their stuff, you know, in the hotel at the desk.
And there was that insane zombie
What do you mean
chick
they
who was
lost all
bawling
theirs?
as she ran down
She's
the
going,
street.
and she's going,
It's like, I just want to
Yeah,
stop
she
and
was
go,
holding
I
her-
know
she
you're in
was holding her
character,
nails
Nails,
up
but
front
what
like
the
that.
hell's wrong with you?
remember she had the nails like the Indian guy from the Guinness Book of World Records?
Oh,
Well, let's wrap things up.
Yeah,
Coming up
it's-
on the half-hour mark here.
All the
Pod-
geriatrics are hitting the
podcasting,
chilies.
And the pod people are coming out and wondering what the podcasters are doing.
Well, you know what they say, the freaks only come out at night.
Unless
come
you're
out
on
at night.
Signal Butt Road in Mesa.
Buddha kasha, Buddha kasha, Buddha, Buddha, Buddha.
And remember to
Don't
Twitter
sweat.
us. Send us a tweet if you got any questions.
Don't
Try
sweat.
to follow us on Twitter. Follow us on iTunes.
At GMR Podcast.
and don't
And-
forget, wipe twice, flush once.
Not
Gene's on Twitter now, too.
Yeah,
Not
you
Guns
can
N'
get that
Roses.
link off of our Twitter.
Gene_GMR Podcast.
Don't sweat the petty things. Pet the sweaty things.
And that's all, folks.
until then.
GMR! 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 GMR!